Hello. Welcome to another episode of Simply Shaunte with me, JaLisa Shaunte. Happy to have you here for another episode. And first, I would like to say thank you to Psalm Institute for my exfoliating glycolic acid pads. They are skin renewing and hydrating for a radiant complexion. They have an alcohol-free formula, and they are also anti-aging and rejuvenating. And you can order yours today on Amazon. That's Psalm Institute's exfoliating glycolic acid pads. Thank you, Psalm Institute. I appreciate it. You know, us millennials, we got to keep up with our skincare. But in all honesty, the only reason why I feel like I'm getting older is watching my son grow. Like, this boy is only 11 and catching up to me already, and I'm 5'10". It's so amazing, though, watching your kids grow. And at times, it can be scary. Wondering what the world will be like for them when they grow old. You know, as they get older, things change. Shoot, I saw something the other day, a presidential candidate. She was saying that she feels the age retirement should reflect the average life expectancy, pushing retirement to 70 years old. Now, ma'am, I'm sorry, that's crazy. I gotta make sure I can pass some things on to my boy, including knowledge, so he won't have to worry about that, in his elderly ages. In case that becomes, what the future is like, I want him to be prepared. But for this week, this episode, we will be discussing the plight of the millennials. And if you caught my episode titled From Antennas to AI, I talked about how things have changed so much technology-wise. But see, us millennials, those aren't the only things that, we face. Like, I made a TikTok around this time last year, and I was talking about jobs and retirement. And if you don't follow me, my TikTok is JaLisa_Shaunte. That is JaLisa_Shaunte. I had to throw that plug in here. But yes, I was talking about how people would equate my success to my job title. And it would usually be my elders. I had state and federal jobs, and I ended up leaving them for one reason or the other. And the main thing I would hear is, well, what about your retirement? They have good benefits, blah, blah, blah. And in all honesty, I could never and would never stay in an environment that I do not feel is for me. Why would I stay at a job I can't stand just to tell you I work here or I work there? A job title don't pay no bills, baby. Let me say that again. A job title don't pay no bills. An environment where I'm getting more work than everybody else because I'm the youngest one, or somewhere where I have to take bereavement leave because, it's also my responsibility to find someone to cover my shift while I'm trying to grieve, or somewhere where the one time you vent to your boss, they use it to be disrespectful in regards to your personal life. Oh, no, ma'am. That is not the job for me. I promise you, I found another one the next week and put in my 2 weeks notice. Because, baby, I don't take no disrespect. Don't care who you are or who you think you are. My mental health is everything to me. So why would I stay at a job for retirement that I may live to see? Make that make sense. I remember I went to a party with a friend. Well, it was supposed to be a party, but we got there super early. But anyway, I was the youngest person there. And that's something that happens often. I usually tend to be the youngest person in the spaces that I'm in. But anyway, we were having a conversation, how, we just talking, and they started bringing up how the younger generations, they don't want to work hard, and we just expect everything to be given to us, we lazy, blah, blah, blah. And no disrespect now, but it's not our fault that you stayed at a job you hated for 30 plus years and never got a promotion. Ooh, the shade. And if you did get one and you were an asshole to the people you supervised, why would you expect them to stay just because you chose to be miserable all those years? What incentive do we get? For real though, most people, they out here living paycheck to paycheck, barely a savings, and with inflation, they barely surviving. So on top of that, you expect people to work all day and be disrespected? That's just crazy. I feel like sometimes maybe they feel that way because a lot of us, we can utilize technology on our jobs, or we work from home. But hey, we work smarter, not harder. That ain't our fault. Shoot. And the money y'all made, you could buy a home, save, invest, travel, and some more. The median price of a home back in 1970 was a little bit over $23,000. And now, according to Bankrate, is over $387,000 in 2024. A lot of people out here struggling for real. That's why anywhere I go, I try to be nice and respectable to folks, because you never really know what somebody else is going through. Like, I don't see people, you sitting here cussing at a waitress over your food. Why? They didn't make it. You mad because the person in front of you is using a food stamp card and has the audacity to be driving a decent looking vehicle and not a hoopty. What a shame. I mean, in some ways we do have it easier, yes, but in other ways we don't. You know, a lot of us, we went to school and we have overwhelming student loan debt for degrees we may not even necessarily need for our careers. Companies like Apple, Google, Bank of America, they do not require degrees for some of their positions. Certificates and experience are sought after now. In 2023, there was a survey indicated that 55% of companies, they eliminated their need for degrees, especially for entry-level and mid-level positions. Employers, they mentioned that they made this change to foster a more diverse workplace, enhance the pool of applicants for available positions, and also acknowledge alternative avenues for acquiring skills. Companies are realizing that focusing on skills can lead to a better job fit for somebody, which will ultimately boost employee satisfaction and retention. Employees hired for job skills and competencies, they tend to feel more valued, and as a result, they perform well in their roles. When you bring together individuals with different skill sets, you create ground for innovation and problem solving and a work environment that sparks creativity. Now, that sounds like somewhere I feel like I would want to work. And with industries that are facing talent shortages, it's crucial to look beyond degrees. By considering candidates based on their abilities rather than just their educational backgrounds, companies can address these shortages more effectively. The job market is always evolving, so there are skills that are needed. And by adapting the hiring practices and progress to reflect these changes, companies can ensure that they're not just keeping up, but they're also leading the way in these industries. So no, it's not that millennials are necessarily lazy or they don't want to attend college, but if there are opportunities that can be had without it, I could understand why someone would want to take another route. There's trade schools, certificate programs. You know, you can land great jobs with those under your belt. Now, I do have a degree in business administration, but I'm also someone who likes to learn. Now, whether or not my degree is needed for the field that I'm in, well, that's up for debate. And something that I face personally as a millennial is information overload. As someone who likes to learn, and I like, to find out new things, sometimes it just becomes too much, honestly. Like, I'll learn about something else, something new, and I'm like, oh, let me try this. Let me look into that. And I'll just be having multiple things going on at once, and it just becomes too much to focus. For example, like me on my TikTok, I'll see a lot of different ways to invest. So I'll start looking into it, something that I like, that interests me, then something else will pop up. Then I'll start looking into that. Then something else will pop up. Then I'm start looking into that. And a part of me will be like, damn, I wish I knew about this a long time ago. And then here I am trying to do everything at once. And I think I said this before. I use the reminder app on my phone to help me stay organized. But it's just never ending. There's so much information, just so much information. And sometimes I feel like I got to take a break from TikTok. It's just information overload central. It's something I'm always going to talk about, as well as mental health and how important it is. Because I get it. It's a wild and crazy world out here. Things have changed a lot since the 90s to me. And I always say, if there is anything in this world that you can change, then change it. It may not be easy. It honestly may be one of the hardest things you've ever had to do in your life. Whether it's a career change, a move, self-care, whatever. If it's something that you want to do, then go for it. And yes, us millennials, we are getting older, and them gray hairs, they're coming in. But it's never ever too late to change your life. Don't let anything stop you. Even if we are becoming the aunties and uncles now, you got to keep going. You got to keep going. But yes, that is all that I have this week for this episode. I definitely appreciate your time, and I will see you next week, same time, same place. Bye.